First of all, I would like to congratulate you on your ascension, brother. Too many of the scouts of late have not made it to where you are now.
Thank you, Sergeant Tyvio.
Ah, brother Tabio, you are a scout no longer. And speaking of not being a scout any longer, you are being given your armor today. Do you know what that entails?
I'm to truly become a Space Marine.
No, you are to become a Blood Angel. Every Blood Angel takes great pride in their armor, as any artist would take pride in their canvas.
Sir? Are we not warriors, meant to battle the Imperium's foes? Why would something such as art be of any concern?
Your training was clearly rushed. Understandably so, given recent events. So I shall forgive you this time. But know this, we are sons of Sanguinius. We are more than just warriors, meant to fight and die for whoever asks us to. We were made to be a shining beacon to the forces of this glorious Imperium, and to strike fear in our foes. The sons of Sanguinius are not only warriors, but symbols as well. Now come, do our Primarch proud.
So I'm making a little series on how to make each of the main chapters, and I was excited to make all the other Space Marines that I've never made before, and I was working on the Ultramarines video, but then I realized, am I gonna make an Ultramarines video before I make a Blood Angels video? I can't let that happen, so it's back to basics for me. Not that I have a problem with that, Blood Angels are the best. I started with Mark IV legs from the Tactical Marine box, then I did the tall thing from this video to make him true scale. I tried to get a running pose, which worked out okay. I've done better since. Then for the chest, I wanted to try and make the Mark III chest and see if I could make ab armor out of it with green stuff. Then I wanted to give him a nice chainsword, like the one from Space Marine. So I took one from Chaos and removed all the spiky bits. But I don't want to hear anything about heresy. Chaos Marines are scavengers, so I'm really just returning it to its rightful owner. But I don't know why I did the same to the bolt pistol. Whatever, he looks cool. Then I put a beaky head on him, not knowing that soon I would be overflowing with them. I mean, I like beakies, but in moderation. And now you're getting off track. You're right, Mark III shoulder pads because they're fancy. Then after I filled in the legs and waist with green stuff, I put some on his chest and tried to make the iconic ab armor by splitting it in the middle, then rounding the bottom bit. It did take a couple tries, but it got there in the end. Then I did the lower bits by basically adding little circles. Then I did a blood drop on his head by rolling the green stuff like this, then just shove it on there. Then I put a strip of green stuff on his head. I don't know what to call it, but it'll help distinguish him from the other beakies. Then again, I may do the same thing for them. Then I did another strip on his shoulder pad. I have a plan, but that's for painting. Then I wanted to put a mini Blood Angel symbol on his other arm, which I did by cutting a triangle shape, then cutting the wings in. Then later put a blood drop on there after it dried. Speaking of blood drops, I put one on his flappy flap. Then I put another tiny wing on his bolt pistol. Then I still had so much green stuff left over, I made him a little tabard, cut some nicks into it, and made it flow with him. Then he was done. Paint. Unlike most other Marines I'm going to be painting soon, I'm well experienced with painting Blood Angels. Of course, we're going to start with Mephiston Red. Then, since he's an Assault Marine, I'll do Everland Sunset for his helmet. For his capes and ropes that Blood Angels have for some reason, I did Xandri Dust. Abaddon Black for his pistol and shoulder trim, but only because he's got Mark III shoulder pads. Otherwise, I'd keep him red. Retributor armor on all the blood drops, chainsword trim, and this thing on his back. Then lead belcher on both the weapons, the exhaust things on his back and his eyes. Then warp lightning in there too. Then a little dot of white and tesseract glow to make it shinier. The blood drop on his head gets spirit stone red, so it's shiny as well. Then Blood Angels red in the crevices. Although I am excited to try out those new contrast and shade paints that have just come out. Then Evil Sun Scarlet on the outer bits, where the most light would be. There, my personal red armor recipe, although I am experimenting with something else. But you'll have to wait for the Jump Pack Assault Marine video for that, although I haven't actually finished painting them yet, so I don't even know how they'll turn out. Nuln Oil over the Lead Belcher and Agrax over the Xandri Dust. And before that dries, I did some Rhinox hide on the bottom to simulate gross, muddy water getting soaked in there. Then Reichland Flesh Shade over the helmet and gold stuff. Then redid Averland Sunset on the flatter bits of the helmet. Then did some freehand on the shoulder, and then some freehand on the other shoulder. I wanted to make it look like the thing in the middle split the blood drop in half. There he is. The best chapter represented in this. Oh no, I forgot the drops.